G'day, Heath here from pickinglessons.com. Eleanor Plunkett is such a lovely O'Carolan tune. In this lesson, we're going to take a look at a fingerstyle guitar arrangement in the key of G. In a moment, we're going to take a look at part A of this arrangement, but if you head to pickinglessons.com, you're able to grab yourself a copy of the tablature. We'll also break down part B in the members section there as well. Now, part A, we're in standard tuning, we are in the key of G, we're playing a lot out of our G chord position, so that's where we begin. We're in 3/4 time, so it's a slow air, 3/4 time. Our pickup notes are on beat 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have that hammer on, those 2 8th notes. We're going to be in position for our chord though, so we're about to play this G next. Start with your 3rd finger there in the G, and then we play melodies on top. And we've got the 3 notes for that measure. And now what we want to try and do is hold on to our notes for as long as we can. So we're letting them ring out for as long as possible. So this G chord, for example, we're going to hold that low G through the whole measure while we play that melody. Now, speaking of which, the melody is always on top. So whatever we're playing, it's the highest note. And as we progress through this measure, that 2nd string, now the hammer on pull off, very quick. Okay, so we've got a grace note, also a trill, hammer on pull off. And so we're gonna pick the open string and then hammer on to the C there and pull off really quickly. Before moving to our 8th, next 8th note on that A note there. Moving on to our 2nd measure, we have variation on the G chord, B in the low register there. So left hand position, 1st finger into our G shape, pretty straightforward, 2nd, 3rd finger. So we can use our 1st finger there for the melody on the F sharp. All right, let's just tackle those first 2 measures together. So our pickups on beat 3, 1, 2, 3, G position, hammer and pull off. Watch those finger positions. In the tablature, you'll find left-hand finger markings there. The right hand's pretty straightforward, thumb on those low notes, and then index, middle, index, ring, middle ring combination for what we have left. Now, measure 3, we're going to kick onto a C chord. Like the G at the beginning, this C chord, we have that split of notes. So on the right hand, it is the thumb, the index, and the ring finger that is really useful to use. You could use your middle finger, so you go thumb, index, middle, and you can pinch it, or you can kind of give it a little bit of a, a bit more of a separation of those notes. So index and ring, or index and middle, I tend to favour the ring finger on that one. That way I've got my middle finger ready for anything that may pop up next. But either way would be okay. That melody in there, that on the top string there, the E, and then again E to the D. Holding our position, yeah? Measure 4, G, same separation. And it really is up to you. You can change it as you go along. You can get that more of a rake kind of style through, or more of a compact chord sound. Both ways work. That's can be part of the expression and the way you interpret the piece. 1, 2, 3, and 2/16 there for that pull off. A minor, measure 5. Use 1st finger there actually, so you're going to use 1st finger on the E. So we can use our 3rd finger there on the C as a passing note before we hit our D chord. So we've got the A minor, 3rd finger comes in, open B, D over F sharp essentially there. Hammer on for the pickup, which will get us back to the repeat. So chord positions, hold on to them. Hold on to them. Melody's on top. Melody wants to be strong, yeah? Wants to be the dominant sound that we're hearing. Be prepared for your fingers. Keep an eye on what fingers you're using, because there are moments if you don't use the right finger, you will get yourself tangled on what's coming next. So do keep an eye on that. Once you get to develop that, keep it consistent. Right hand melody is the stronger note, but being on top of the chord should help anyway. So just be mindful that as you're picking, you do want that note on top of the chord to be just that little bit stronger, so that it's more noticeable. Yeah, it needs to be what's brought out in our playing. Okay, so part 8, it's such a lovely tune. It's slow. Yeah, we don't want to play this one too fast. You could afford to play it slower than I've recorded there. I started about 80 beats per minute, but you can certainly play it slower and leave more space. Don't creep too much quicker though. It is a slow one. Pickinglessons.com, tablatures there. We are going to break down part B of this tune, which is a bit longer actually and a bit more complicated. We're going to break that down in the member section. So pickinglessons.com, I'll see you there.